2 jam selepas makan. And muka-muka you all akan pergi dekat HRDF. Okay? I don't want you all to feel uneasy. Kita hari ni santai-santai je. And 4 jam ni akak akan squeeze as much as possible. And kalau I terlalu laju, please stop me. Saya memang sadar saya terlalu laju. You prefer I speak English or Malay? But I think I should speak English. Okay, projak. Projak Before that, suka dengar cerita tak? Pernah dengar cerita rama-rama dengan little girl tak? Tak pernah? Okay, today I will tell you this story. Before that, you look at this. Without giving up the safety of your cocoon, you'll never know how it is like to soar. Caterpillar buruk kan rupa dia? Buruk kan? After caterpillar dia jadi kepompong. After kepompong, after maybe 2 weeks dia jadi butterfly. Okay, satu hari, one day, there's a little girl. This girl baik hati. Projak This girl memang baik hati, very kind hearted. So dia ternampak kepompong ni, satu kepompong je, this cocoon on the branch. Then she thought, alah kesian dia, kepompong ni satu je. So dia potong, dia bawa balik. Then after 2 weeks, the kepompong ada lubang sikit, crack. Because the butterfly nak keluar. Guess what she did? Dia ambil scissors, digunting, dia tolong. Bagus tak? Macam bagus kan? Dia struggle nak keluar, tak boleh keluar. Tapi digunting, dia tolong. Yang you nampak, what she saw was a butterfly with fat body and the wing all crumple up. Badan dia gemuk habis. Dengan sayap dia macam bonyok. Macam ni. Badan dia gemuk. Dia nak terbang pun susah. Kenapa? Anybody knows? What is the process of the butterfly coming out from the cocoon? It is nature punya arrangement semula jadi. Dia struggle so that dia punya fluid, the fluid in the body will go to the wing. Baru kepak dia jadi kuat dan cantik. Tapi sebab this little girl dah tolong, senang kan? Dia keluar je. Tapi badan dia gemuk habis. Daripada tolong, jadi tak tolong. Jadi cacat. Tapi the butterfly still have to survive. Tapi struggle lah. Same thing. You are all in a cocoon kat Panasonic. Betul tak? Rasa selesa. Selamat. Okay. Kita tengok you punya. Siapa yang paling lama kat sini? Amirul kan? Amir. Anita. Anita paling lama. Anita rasa best tak kat Panasonic?
Best sebab tu tak keluar.
Kan? Saya pun.
Sangat best.
Tapi rasa takut tak? Takut. Masa, okay, I share sikit Masa saya interview first dekat Panasonic, interview dengan mendiang lah, dia dah meninggal. Dia tanya satu soalan yang saya ingat sampai hari ni. What is your greatest weakness? Soalan biasa kan? Takut tak soalan tu? Kenapa takut? Sebab tak prepare. Patutnya soalan tu kekuatan untuk you kalau you prepare. And for interview, jangan takut. You takut you nak kalah. Confident you dah habis. You masuk, blank. Memang blank. Tak tahu pun nak cakap. So masa tu, akak kerja dekat bank. Ini sharing. Saya kerja kat bank. Gaji saya RM385 sebulan. Sahaja. Sebulan Tapi masa tu duit besar. So saya pergilah interview. Prepare tak? Tak prepare. Masa lunch saya lari, saya pergi interview. Masa tu dekat bangunan sementara dekat bandar. Pergilah interview. Jumpa scared. Takut, memang takut. Jenny, I'm taking you to be my PA. You don't have to speak Japanese. I want to ask you one question. What is your greatest weakness? Duduk atas tangga. I don't know what to say. Nak tipu, tak erti. Because dah panic kan. Terus meleleh air mata. Say, that is your weakness, right? I say, yes, that is my weakness. That is my weakness. But for you, please don't cry in the interview. Sebab akan nasib baik. My interviewer baik hati. He tolong saya, mungkin dia suka saya kan, tak tahu. Dia kata, that is your greatest weakness. Now, tell me how you gonna overcome. Tapi sampai hari ni, I tak boleh overcome. I masih cry baby lagi. But for you, I want you to prepare. What is your greatest weakness? Today, we will go through pre-interview. During interview, your key skill, and post-interview. Post-interview ni, I think you're the who attended resume training. Ada tak? Anita saja kan? 2 orang kan? 2 orang. Okay, tak apa. Post-interview, here if we cannot make it, try and ask from your friends. Here is like send thank you note lah, thank you email. Ini pun penting. But these 3, we must do something, okay? Okay, like I said just now, the butterfly, the wing is image kan? Tapi when you struggle, jadi kuat. Same thing. If you overcome your interview challenges now, what will happen? Jadi kuat kan? Jangan takut. Trait apa? Trait is a ciri-ciri. The English word is trait is ciri-ciri, okay? Self-reliance. Ada orang tolong butterfly ni tak? That little girl kan? Tapi sebenarnya salah. The butterfly actually tolong diri sendiri. So, akak boleh, I can help you with preparation. But most of the work still depend on who? You. Okay? You have to develop your skill. If you rasa you takut, segan, malu, start practicing today. Ramai kawan-kawan kan? Tadi I heard somebody say speaking. Speaking. Why speaking English takut? Why? Sebab jarang guna kan. We talk to our friends all in bahasa Malaysia. Selesa. So from today, 10 of you, I want you to speak English to your friends. They want to kutuk you, Jawa, yeah. Yeah. Why? Because you're practicing. When you practice, you get confidence. Alamak, grammar saya salah. Malunya. Malu tak? Tak payah malu because you are with your friends. Betul? So boleh tak janji saya start hari ni speak in English? No Malay until September ke December. Good morning, you can say good morning right? Or you say selamat pagi. Good morning. Then jom pergi lunch? No. Let's go for lunch. Okay? Try and speak. When you speak, you get comfortable. And you get comfortable, you will natural. Okay? So today I'm going to try as much as possible to speak English. But if I want to get the message too, I will campur dengan bahasa Malaysia. Okay? Growth through adversity. Adversity itu apa? Cabaran, kesukaran. So what you feel now is nervous. Do you know the interviewer is also nervous? I have been an interviewer. I have been interviewed. Because I'm in HR, I interview people also. I want to share with you, interviewer also nervous. Why? Because they have the responsibility to pick you, to pick the correct candidate for the company. So before they pick you, they are nervous. Sama-sama nervous. Tapi sebab dia pay master kan, so they're less nervous than you. Memang dia nervous. I'm not joking. Memang nervous. How they cover up? Maybe dia pretend kah, dia senyum kah, tapi dia nervous. Memang nervous. They look at you. Soalan apa nak tanya ni? Kalau you rasa macam you confident, dia lagi takut. This candidate, okay, tapi what gonna ask sebab dia kena give this information to management. So don't forget, they are nervous, you are nervous. But be prepared. When you are prepared, you won't be nervous. Patience and persistence. See, the butterfly goes through what happens slowly. People should be gentle with themselves and keep trying. Knowing that they are getting good at interview require time and practice. Memang kena practice. Kalau akak cakap you no need to practice, tipu, bohong. Have to practice. Now in production, if you are not so busy, call a few friends, tolong jadi interviewer boleh tak? Kalau dia tak nak, tak apa, cari orang lain. Cari saya pun boleh. I can be your panel. Then I'll tell you, okay, gaya badan you salah. Kalau you pergi interview, jangan you duduk kan. This space is your space. Kawasan ni, you punya space. You can use your hand. Tapi jangan sampai berkepak pula. Okay? When you move your hand, shows that you are into the question. Kalau you duduk diam, sini, pijit, macam mana nak jawab? That one show that you are nervous. So you need to practice. Memang kena practice. Seminggu sekali ke, 2 minggu sekali ke, practice. Yang bagus cari kawan yang you tak kenal sangat. Faham? If you feel your colleague nak ketawakan you, biar dia cari HR. HR tak nak tolong, malas carilah siapa-siapa. Before we go to the training, let's play a game. Pernah main game bingo tak? Pernah kan? Okay, today I have selected 15 weaknesses, but I'm sure ada banyak lagi. Here, I explain to you how we play the game. Here I have cards. This is your weakness. Fear of forgetting answer. Ada? Ada kan? Fear of difficult question. Okay. Fear of misunderstanding the question. Fear of being judged. Okay, kawan kita say fear takut orang tu cakap macam mana, rambut saya cantik tak? That's being judged, okay? Fear of not making a good impression. Fear of blanking out. Ni memang blanking out itu very popular. Fear of not having enough experience. Fear of technical difficulties. Dia tanya soalan technical, you are from QA, tapi you tak boleh jawab. Seram kan? Peluk-peluk. Fear of body language mistake. Okay. Kalau you perempuan, you duduk. Sebelum masuk interview dah out. Kalau you jadi reset, you duduk macam itu, out. Yang masa masuk interview tu pun penting. You tunggu, masa tunggu kat waiting room pun penting. As long as you are going for interview, that is important. Why do you go for interview? Because out of the application, you already passed the shortlisting. So when you're going for interview, make the best of the interview. You go, tertib sikit. Lelaki pun bolehlah kakang, tapi jangan kakang banyak sangat. Right? Fear of speaking too quickly, that's me. Fear of appearing nervous. Fear of unexpected question. Fear of not knowing the company well. Fear of negotiating salary. Fear of too many Kan? Okay. These are 2 cards. 5 of you. Okay. 5 in one group. Satu orang kena datang sini. Siapa tak datang lah Syakira?
Ina dia demam.
Ada?
Tak boleh masuk.
Okay, tak apa. Tak apa. So, 4 lah. Anita join. Ambil break. I want you, group ni, group A, group B. Sebelah sini, kena minta sebelah sini. Siapa dapat kad ni, suruh dia sign kat sini. Okay, this card belong to them. This card belong to them. Right? Sorry. Okay. Kawan sebelah sini kena minta kawan sebelah sini sign untuk penuhkan ni. Baik. Sebelah sini kena buat going down Sebelah sana going straight. Betul tak? Dia beza. Okay, sebelah sini macam ni. Sebelah sini macam ni. Sebelah sini minta orang sebelah sini tengok siapa yang ada kad ni, suruh dia sign sini. Saya akan bagi seorang 2 kad. Bagi-bagi lah, siapa? Patutnya 10 orang lah, tapi kita tengok siapa sebelah sana. Suruh dia sign tu. Tahu tak? Tanya orang sebelah. Tanya orang sebelah. Lepas tu dah tanya. Ada?
Kalau ni
Banyak tu.
kalau macam ni kan kita orang ada bintang kan.
Bintang.
Tapi ni dia
Bintang yang ni je.
Bintang ni. Tak payah.
saya nak bagi apa kan.
Ada tak kad ni? Semacam tak ada. Kita kat sebelah dia. Orang yang sign kan, okay, katakan you pergi sebenarnya fear of being judged. Tengok siapa, suruh dia sign tu. Okay, tanya dia kenapa. Nanti dia sharing. Mesti tak ada, kena tanya sebelah dia.
Orang sana. Oh ini je.
Tak ada. Dia punya di bawah. You kena penuhkan ni. Tanya lepas ni. Lepas ni.
Ada juga dengan kita. Ke bawah tu. Bawah tu tak ada kan? Dekat kawan sebelah. Row A. Kalau kita ni ada.
Penuh. Satu line straight. That's called bingo. Memang tak ada akak dah asing kat ni. Kita mesti selesai.
Body language mistake.
Sini.
Ada kenapa?
Oh,
Interview sikit.
Oh, kita tanya.
Mana nak interview aku?
Fear of body language mistake.
body language. Takut salah body language. Masih interview kan?
Yang interviewer ikut ada
Nak jawab macam ni.
Baru post tadi.
takut tak? Takut. Tak apa. Nanti kita akan discuss. Tapi
Takut,
takut.
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 Kata bagi kita kan tak payah. Oh, dia lagi. Oh.
Kita pun minta
Ni
dia.
kat buat.
Ya. Fear of being judged.
Dia ni buat dia.
Awal.
Takut. Takutlah sebab apa nanti awal-awal orang judgement lain, orang nampak kita mungkin masa tu reaction muka kita macam tak berapa, kita memang muka macam ni. Tapi nanti orang ingat oh sebenarnya budak ni macam baik muka ni. Sometimes macam gitu kan.
Okey.
Fear or not having enough experience.
Kita dulu.
Oh, belum habis.
Fear of speaking too quickly.
Siapa? Kat siapa?
Dari siapa?
Saya dulu. Saya dulu.
Kena lagi.
Takut tak?
Anita botai kan?
Takut. Sebab tak pernah kan. Bahasa Inggerisnya tak main, tak lancar. Jadi takut lah.
So bukan quickly lah, slowly.
Rojak.
Okey kan? Okey, kita punya pula.
Okey, ni.
Fear of difficult question.
Dia kat sini. Kat siapa?
Apa warna dia tadi?
Kau punya. Oh, saya punya.
Awal.
Oh, dia berturut lah.
Siapa punya badi eh? Ni.
Nanti banyak ni.
Ni pun takut juga lah kalau soalan dia out of box sangat.
Okey. Betul.
Okay, next.
kita.
Korang pula banyak
Fear of appearing nervous.
Ah,
Nervous tak? Pen.
Sekarang dah nervous.
ni.
Rasa nervous.
Tengok dah nervous lain. Sain pun dah nervous. Nervous
Okay.
lah.
Okay, tak ini.
Sebab tak letak pen. Belum prepare.
Betul.
Bagi siapa?
Bagi kuat siapa dah?
Boleh main dengan kau
Wani.
Apa tak? Sekali lah sekali kan.
Wani collect.
Okey.
Apa
Kita punya
Kita.
dan dia orang punya.
Fear of technical difficulty. Wani.
Siapa? Wani.
Adalah.
Sain dulu. Pegang dulu lah.
Biar kasi.
Asingkan.
Kita tak ada.
Masih kita pekerjaan kita. Explain pasal technical skill.
Jadi sebab kita cakap terlebih kan, dia suruh buat tak boleh buat.
Betul. Dia takut lah. Maksudnya kena jujur lah.
Okay. Fear unexpected.
Unexpected question.
Boleh.
Ya betul tak?
Betul betul.
Soalan soalan yang dikemukakan.
Tak ada.
Katakan you dah prepare 5 soalan, dia keluar soalan tak ada dalam tu.
Ada
Seram. Seram. Kenapa seram?
Kalau dia soal yang bukan related dengan pekerjaan kita, kan ada yang tak boleh jawab lah.
You kena ada story toolbox. Nanti I ajar macam mana ada story toolbox.
Okey.
Sebab kadang-kadang kita study lain.
Ya.
Tapi dia
Soalan
tanya
dia
lain.
lain.
Betul? Betul?
Okey.
Okay.
Itulah.
Fear of reducing salary.
Gaji gaji.
Gaji ni.
Sebesar lah
Gaji
gaji
macam dah minta masalah kan. Dia nak bagi yang bagi kita.
Risau nak demand pun.
Tak demand. Demand lebih nanti dia suruh kita kerja lebih.
Bukan,
Takut
skill
demand
bukan.
takut tak
Dia
dapat
ada
kerja.
rate
Ya.
sebenarnya.
You tak boleh demand. You kena
Tak boleh
nanti
demand.
beritahu.
Tak boleh demand eh.
Tapi memang soalan popular.
Ni tips ni.
Betul. Memang tak boleh demand kan. Macam resume pun kita tak boleh letak. Berapa demand tak dalam tu.
Sebab flexible.
Mesti boleh tulis.
Sebab based on experience.
Negotiable.
Yes.
Ah.
Tapi nanti kalau dia korek lagi, dia tak tahu juga how to answer.
Kadang-kadang kerja ni kena orang freshie kan. Freshie biasa dia orang tak dimandai gaji. Freshie
Sebab
kan.
sebab kadang-kadang dalam form dia tak ada expected salary kan.
Kadang-kadang aku macam nyesal lah. Tak lima gitu.
Ah. Tak demand salah, demand pun salah.
Betul. Macam saya masuk kerja kat Panasonic 800. Gaji saya 385 kan. So masa saya join Panasonic interview, what is the salary you're asking for? Can I give you 800? Akak terima je. Bodoh kan? Sebab tak research PA tu gaji berapa. So dia give me the bottom of the scale. Sebab gaji 385 dapat 800. Hui. Tapi lepas tu nak panjat tu sakit lah. Macam sekarang saya rasa gaji saya alhamdulillah ada gaji tapi tak setinggi yang sepatutnya. Kena research salary. Kena research.
Isi dekat form. Dia tengok dia cakap, kecil sangat ni you letak.
Dia ada skill dia. Interviewer ada skill dia, range dia. So there's a skill to ask back. Ask them about the range. Can you tell me your range?
Kalau dia kena tanya dia balik.
Tapi dalam resume kita dah mention itu kan.
Negotiable kan?
Ya, negotiable.
Resume, okay. Dia dah suka you. Dia dah tarik keluar jadi interview. Masa interview dia akan tanya you. Exactly. Either that or ask you to give a pay slip. Some company will ask you to give pay slip. You tipu, you sebenarnya 5,000 tapi you kata you 6,000. Then they will call and ask and check. Jangan tipu. Jangan tipu.
Jadi tipu baru nak tipu.
Jangan tipu. Of course. Plus your experience.
Seberapa kita boleh increase daripada
Kena research. You kena go into research other company. Kena buat homework. Tak boleh pergi gitu je. You lose out. You have to do homework. Don't be like me. Okay? Don't be like me. Kena buat homework. Next.
Knowing the company well.
Saya.
Dia apa? Madi. Kita kena tahu.
kita kena study kan.
Tadi company tu buat apa, produk apa.
Yes, betul.
Mana? Ni.
Kena study company.
Ini biasalah. Ini yang random kan. Kadang macam luar bidang kan. Dan COVID sama lah mungkin dia produk lain. Tak tahu sangat.
Kita tahu dia kita tahu produk.
Tak pergi kat website dia tak study itu yang utama.
Kena pergi website. Kena. Jangan pergi hantar saja habis.
Dia tanya apa yang awak tahu tentang company kita.
Dia nak jawab.
Apa yang company kita.
Okey.
Tu kena explain lah.
Kalau macam ni, I nak sharing. Hari tu ada seorang kawan lah dekat HR, dia pergi interview. Tapi tak ada masa. So, Zoom interview dekat PJM. Sepatutnya tak boleh. Dan kita senyap-senyap buat kat bilik. Satu soalan yang saya dengar dia tanya, what is my company's vision? Dia tak boleh jawab sebab dia tak research. Habis. You show that you are not keen. You never check their vision, what is their motto, what is dia kan mungkin semula jadi, you have to take care of the environment. All that dia tanya, but she was not prepared. Habis. So you have to study the company in and out. Macam Panasonic, ideas for life, or semua kan, Konosuke, all. Try as much as possible. Kalau you minat company tu, jadi macam baby you kena study everything. This one true, memang terjadi.
Jadi kalau yang in case dia apply one company, kalau yang open interview,
Apa itu?
how to macam ini job fair we study more. Because job fair many company like. So how we
Job fair if open, then will depend on your qualification and your skill. But company, you approach the company because you rasa mungkin you minat sikit kan. Tapi bukan directly kan. You can Google sikit-sikit, curi masa sikit-sikit.
before attend the we study.
Yeah. Macam ada future job kan. Later when you all have your so you register in my future job. Then they will put your name in and macam saya handphone penuh. You will send you all the job. So from there you pick up and you do your homework. That one is a background work lah. Tapi mesti study. Don't go blank. But if you walk in also, you won't be the first one kan. You kena isi form ke, sambil isi sambil Google, sambil isi sambil Google. So macam okay, candidate ni bagus lah compare dengan candidate sebelah. Betul? Effort, yes, effort. Apa tu? Ngomong.
Dia apa ni?
Bayi yang ada blind ada jawab dia tak
Kita gagal. Tu tak perlu. Kita buat tu lah. Tak tahu nak reply apa tadi kita tulis jawab. Bila
tak lancar.
Dua tu dia cakap something yang kita buat macam contohnya ada satu soalan yang killer question yang kita tak boleh jawab, kita akan
Okay, what happens if the interviewer is not Malaysian? The interviewer is Mak Saleh. Or macam Kak dapat Jepun. How? Dia kat juga kan. Dia pun ada juga. Sebab dia tak pandai. Dia punya English dengan kita punya English lain.
macam situasi tu. Then for me be calm, take a deep breath, then speak slowly and speak.
Yes, correct. Your problem is because you think in Malay, you speak in English. Am I right?
Translate.
Am I right? Translate in your brain. So you have to practice. You have to practice and start from today. Please talk in English. Most interviews will be held in English. Jarang-jarang sekali in Malay. Betul? Jarang. Once you start kerja, boom, bahasa Malaysia tak apa. But that tembok ina langkah tu, that one is English lah. Sorry, sure English. Unless your interviewer is mungkin let's say 1% or 3% all Malay, mungkin tak janji, mungkin they will speak in Malay. But most of the time will be English.
Jadi what if kalau you interview with blank, certain word blank. Translate tu
nak tak faham ayat dia yang apa dia nak
tak boleh. So can we
You don't understand the question or your idea cannot come up.
idea, have idea, but some words maybe
Stuck.
stuck tak?
Then you say, I'm sorry, can I share in
The reason why the interviewer is asking you, tell me about yourself, is because they're context switching. They are hopping into your interview after reviewing your resume, possibly for 60 seconds at best, and they need you to help orient to who the heck you are so they can get their head on straight. This means you cannot spend the entire interview answering, tell me about yourself. I have seen so many people unknowingly dig themselves into a hole because they spend 15 minutes telling the interviewer their entire life story. Don't do this. Your interviewer does not want to hear personal details about your life. Save those for the annual Christmas card. Instead, they are looking for a concise summary of who you are as a professional. Here's the 3-part formula on how to compose the best answer to tell me about yourself in the job interview. You're going to want to take notes because this is a formula that you will be using to prepare for every interview for the rest of your life, but don't worry, I got your back. I've already created a helpful free worksheet for you to go along with this video that, as you saw earlier, has helped thousands of people master this question. And so I have linked it in the comments and in the description. So go get that worksheet to help work through this formula with me, and you'll also get another sample answer on that worksheet. Let's get into it. Part 1, tell them who you are. This is one sentence to introduce yourself professionally. Typically, you should let them know the title of your current role or an overarching statement of what kind of professional you are. Part 2, captivate them with your highlight reel. You'll share 2 to 4 points that focus on making you stand out for the role you are interviewing for. You should try to use quantifiable achievements if you can, make it tangible. I also find that it helps to use reverse chronological order for these points. Part 3, finish off your answer by telling the interviewer why the heck you're here. Say 1 to 2 sentences on why the company and the role you're interviewing for is the best next step for you. Companies aren't just looking for someone who is qualified. They're also looking for someone who is passionate. By connecting the dots as to why this is the best next step, you help them to start seeing you in the role, and you will appear not just as someone who wants a job, but someone who wants this job, which is a make or break distinction in the job search. So why do companies ask, why did you leave your last job? They ask this question because they're focused on extending offers to the people who they believe will be the best fit. One of the methods they use to determine if you're a good fit is understanding which work situations you liked and you didn't like in the past. There are 3 essential rules of thumb to keep in mind when answering, why did you leave your last job? Number 1, make your answer short. I'm talking 1 to 3 sentences. A grave mistake people make is giving too much description, too much detail. Number 2, keep it positive. I know this can be very challenging to do if your last role was oh so toxic. Know this, if you speak poorly about a company, your interviewer's first thought will be, oh, are they gonna talk about us this way if we hire them? The last thing you want is to have an employer dwell on your past rather than focus on your future and how you are gonna be there with them. Number 3, be confident. We often forget that we write our own narratives. You get to tell the story in the way you want to. The employer will only see it as a sob story or a difficult situation if you make it out to be that way. So answer quickly, confidently, and move on. Why do interviewers ask you this question? Put it simply, they want to root for you. Many folks don't realize that this is the intention, and therefore they make 3 crucial mistakes. The first mistake is answering by listing descriptors and only descriptors. Naming cliche adjectives that you think your interviewer wants to hear is not gonna set you apart. The second mistake is making it an elevator pitch. Don't refer to yourself and your strengths using that elevator pitch format, which is where you try to summarize all of your top accomplishments with a pre-written dialogue. This way of getting your point across will feel rehearsed and ignores the root of the question. We want to actually answer the question they're asking. The third mistake is being too dang humble. I know, touting your greatest strengths can feel awkward and braggy, but trust me, Humblebee, you'll want to focus your answer on yourself. Here is the two-part formula. Part 1, name a strength that matches a key competency for the role. Take a look at the job description and pay special attention to the soft skills that you see. Part 2, tell a story that illustrates your strength. Yes, I will admit we did do a bit of self-describing in part 1, but we will effectively convey your value and help them to picture you in the role by giving them an example of the time that you exemplified that strength. Tell the story, and this will dramatically increase the interviewer's ability to see you in this role and have great persuasive points to tell the rest of the hiring team about why you are a prime choice. Why do employers ask, what are your weaknesses? The cynical reason is that employers want to cut to the chase and get some reasons why they shouldn't hire you. The more optimistic reason employers ask this is they want to understand how to best manage you, how to set you up for success, and put you in a role that plays to your strengths and isn't reliant on your weaknesses. Do not try to dodge the question or say the most common answer, which is that you are a perfectionist. Instead, tell a story using my 3-part formula. Part 1, name something that you're legitimately not great at. But don't choose just any weakness, choose a weakness that you're already working on improving. Part 2, explain how you're working on it. Describe the steps you are taking to improve on your weakness. Part 3, articulate the results of the work you did to improve. While doing this, you need to make it perfectly clear that your weakness is not an issue for the position. And then, like a reincarnated Jane Austen, put all of this together in a story format. So telling a story allows you to show that you are driven to improve yourself, and it steers your answer towards a positive conclusion. The best answers are the ones that showcase your ability to take feedback well, or also demonstrate your self-awareness, and they prove that you take initiative to level up yourself. First things first, you need to rethink the way you've been viewing this question, why should we hire you? What the interviewer is actually saying is, give me some solid reasons to hire you so that I can go back and tell the rest of the hiring panel why you are the one that we can give that final rose to. Guess what? They want to root for you. They don't want to interview a dozen more candidates. They want you to be the one. Let's talk about how to not answer this question. Do not describe yourself without giving any examples or context. How many people have described themselves as detail-oriented or a self-starter? That is a Kroger brand answer, aka it is generic. Here is the 3-step formula to answer why should I hire you? Step 1, review the role. When asked this question, resist the urge to immediately talk about yourself. Rather than dive into who you are, take this time to reiterate what you know about the role and the challenges you'll be facing if hired. This tells them that you're business focused and you did your homework. Step 2, tell them about your relevant experience and skills. Don't be a generic Eric here. Tell them about specific skills you have that address the specific challenges in this role. Step 3, ask your interviewer. After answering it following the first 2 steps, flip that question and ask the interviewer, is this how you see me in this role? Seriously, this approach is so powerful. It keeps the interview flowing naturally like a conversation, and it gives your interviewer the opportunity to either agree that you're the perfect fit and hear themselves say it out loud, okay, music to my ears, or address where you're misaligned so that you can address any concerns right there immediately. Why do interviewers ask this ridiculous question, where do you see yourself in 5 years? The interview is asking this question to understand your long-term goals and see if your goals actually align with the company or if you're just using this position as a placeholder. You don't need to convince them that you will be at this company for the rest of your life, but you do need to make it clear that this position is the next logical step for your long-term career goals. What not to do. Okay, these mistakes will end your interview before it begins. First, do not talk about your personal goals. Sure, maybe your goal is to have a house, a horse, and a new head of hair in 5 years. And sure, this role will help you to achieve that personal goal, but your personal goals will rarely be important information for the company to know when determining if they should give you a job. Second, don't talk about working in a different industry. Again, that just tells them that you are a short-term hire and probably are not worth the time and effort to train. Third, don't say you want to own your own business or freelance full-time one day. This will make most interviewers assume that you're less invested in the job and you're more interested in your own projects. So you don't want them to think that you got one foot out the door at all times. Lastly, do not tell your interviewer that you want their job or you want a higher position. This might feel like a super cool, confident move in the moment, but it actually comes off as a bit impatient. Like maybe you are overqualified for this role and you're more concerned about titles rather than the work itself. How to craft the perfect answer. Now, let's be real, the world moves fast and most of us don't know where we'll be in 5 years from now. So there's no need to get hyper specific in your answer. Instead, I suggest that you change the way you think about the question in your head. Next time you are asked, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I want you to pretend they asked, how will this role help grow your career in a direction you're proud of? This mindset shift will help you avoid unnecessary information like personal goals or specific milestones, and instead focus on how you would like to grow. With this new question in mind, here are 5 things that you can mention in your answer. You don't need to mention them all, but mix and match depending on your situation. Your interest in deeply learning the industry. Your focus on making a name for yourself at the company as the go-to person with X skill. A drive to learn or improve specific skills that are emphasized in the job description. Your desire to mentor others. You see yourself taking on bigger projects. This is a great way to say that you're focused on new challenges and improvement rather than telling them you want a promotion. All of these 5 things illustrate how you see yourself reaching your own career goals while also growing within the company and adding value as you go. When you're asked about salary expectations during the first interview, you'll want to avoid giving a number. Why? Because you don't want to say something too high. During your first interview, the interviewer doesn't fully understand your value yet. And of course, when a company views you as too expensive from the start, they may drop you for a more affordable candidate. On the other hand, if you say a number that is too low, you're undercutting your potential earnings. How do you respond to the question, what are your salary expectations? Say, I'm open. I'm looking for the best overall fit and package. And isn't this the truth? There's so much more to a job than the salary. A good offer is more than a base salary. It's a combination of everything tangible and intangible that matters to you. Unfortunately, some of these interviewers are going to be like an elevator. They won't budge until you give them a number. They may say, got it, sounds like you're flexible, but what range of compensation are you looking for? At this point, you'll want to dust off the old badminton racket and hit him the birdie. Do you have a range that you're targeting so I can let you know if I'm comfortable with it? If you're lucky, they'll tell you right then and there, easy peasy, what range they're looking at. Other times, they will insist that you give them a number. Okay, this is when doing your research ahead of time pays off, literally. Before you get to the interview, you need to pull out the old Macintosh and research how much the company pays for the job you're interviewing for. If there is not enough data there, research comparable companies.
Campaign apa? Ada apa lagi? Hit target ke? Put down. When you're free, think of everything you do in Panasonic. List by year. List by year. List by year. Okay? Kalau you in QCC, you in technical skill ke, you kat BS ke, you dekat environment ke. All those important, okay? It's not important, it's important. Because it show your human skill as well, soft skill. And I want you all, kalau ada apa-apa nak tanya, kalau akak boleh tolong, let me know. I'm always around. And kalau nak interview, let me know as well. But let me know earlier so I can go through your resume and then I know how to ask you. Boleh? Ada kurang takut sikit tak? Ada kurang nervous sikit tak? Ada bungkuskan nervous sikit tak? Ada nervous tu ada simpan sikit tak? Mungkin tak hilang itu semua. Ada kurang sikit. Go through the 30 common question. Not every question will come out. And the one is not for you to hafal, okay? This is not for you to hafal. Not for you to hafal, huh? It's just a guideline. Touch missing you betul. Kalau you think yours is better, feel free to change. Tapi question yang ada star tu is the most popular. Tell me about yourself. Why do you want to work here? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Why should we hire you? Describe a challenging situation. How do you see yourself? Those popular, memang selalu. How do you handle stress? How do you handle stress? Actually, I thought of having a mock interview, but then today, mungkin tak cukup masa tak. Oh, okay, so. Okay, yang orang pakai so ni, okay, so is pergi pakai so office lepas tarikh akhir. Let's say your last day is 20 September. Put pakai so 2 days a day or 2 days after. Submit the form with the supporting document. Okay, then they will make the payment lah. Yeah. Salary slip 6 bulan. Kena certified ya? Kena certified. The document 4 tu wajib. Wajib. And information kat dalam tu jangan tipu.
Nanti yang lain semua dah dapat.
Ini saya fotokopi sebab saya dah pergi kan. Kalau sebenarnya kena pergi ambil kat sana.
Tapi kita guna yang ini boleh kan?
Sama je.
Masa tak perlu beritahu mereka lagi. Yang lain pun boleh ya?
Boleh fotokopi pagi ya. After you hantar, dia akan bagi orang taklimat.
Oh, dia panggil. Datang kali kedua kan?
Datang yang pertama,
Hantar
orang.
orang ni kan?
Kalau tak kena ambil orang sekali, taklimat sekali. So dah ada orang kat dia hantar. And then next time dia akan SMS you untuk datang taklimat. Kalau perlu dia datang ke PJM, you have to request from HR. Okay? Dulu masa audio kan dapat briefing kan besok. Movie ada attend tak? Tak ada. Cuba request kalau boleh. Sebab akak hari tu pergi, dia tanya, awak tak attend ke? Taklimat? Saya cakap hall tak muat. Awak semua je tak muat, nak kata tak, ramai lagi. Minta lah kita datang. Dia kata macam tu. Minta. Tak boleh nanti. Untuk contoh cerita di movie lah.
Sebelum ni kita tak pernah, tak ada lagi kan?
Ada. Tu audio. Berita agaknya. Berita kan ni.
Sebab dia
tak tahu ni yang apa case ni kan ada dia macam mana?
Ada allowance.
Betul.
Part dia tak ada kena duit dia part kena apply.
Nanti kita orang pun lost, tak tahu dah.
Tu nak kena kaitan tu nak kena
Dia ada dua dalam bulan
aku
bapa boleh juga. Jumpa bapa dulu lah senang. Then dibagi arahan untuk panggil. You hantar borang, kalau you dapat kerja cepat, you dapat EBSA, EBSA, allowance bekerja EBSA, allowance bekerja semula awal. Itu 25% je 25%. Tapi kalau dalam masa sebulan dapat kerja lagi, sampai bulan kedua, bukan automatic dapat 80%. You have to submit 4 interview, 4 application, 2 interview. Itu wajib. Kalau you kurang satu interview pun, dia akan hold. 80% dia akan hold. Sampai you capai the T&C, term and condition, then dia bagi you 80%. Okay, then dalam sebulan lagi, katakan tak ada kan, ada kerja you apply lagi, tapi you kurang satu interview lagi, dia tetap akan hold. Selagi you never fulfill, dia tak akan bayar. Bukan auto 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, tak ada. Bukan auto. I ask kenapa, they say they want effort from you. Kalau tak, kita kat rumah, kita tunggu je kan, bayaran masuk. Tak. So, nanti kalau you dah hantar orang, kat sana kan ada tulis pilihan kerja. Dia akan hantar non-stop apa kerja yang dia macam gini.
By SMS
By email. Dia akan katakan you nak matching job kan. Biasanya job you nak cikgu tadika ke, dia akan hantar semua cikgu tadika. Saya hantar admin kan semua. HR admin, entry level, apa-apa level lah semua, penuh. And then future job opportunity semua dia hantar. You kena buka satu
kalau masa apply kat situ kat ni.
That's why masa you apply kan ada dia punya criteria. From there you prepare. Ikan semua kan? You start to prepare. So you won't go wrong. Have to prepare. Kalau you tarik keluar pada job stream pun kan ada kriteria, keperluan, qualification apa? Yes. Mesti boleh punya lah. Jangan cakap tak boleh. Kalau nak rehat sekejap. Sekejap. Kalau nak rehat sekejap.
Kasih settle segala masalah. Bukan masalah tu dah duit mana nak tebuk mana.
Jangan belanja sampai duit habis.
Duit habis. Settle dulu ambil mata.
Okay. Jadi session dah habis. Akan ucapkan terima kasih banyak-banyak. Thank you for attending. I harap little bit dapat tolong you all. Okay. Dan minta maaf daripada ujung ke ujung kaki kalau I ada tersilap cakap. And I wish you all the best. Jangan fikir you're no good. I don't want you all to feel that way. Alright? There's only one of you. Rendah diri okay, but think you, because you come from Panasonic, we are make people before making product kan? So you are the product. You are the product itself. Sedih kerana Panasonic tutup, but you're moving on like the butterfly. Remember? Okay? Have confidence. Mesti boleh dapat kerja yang terbaik tadi. Sedih nak tinggalkan kawan-kawan kan? Dapat kawan baru. Then keep in contact.
Kawan dah pergi dah. Kita tinggal apa? Kawan dah pergi dulu lah tinggal kita.
Dapat. Nanti dapat kawan baru, keep in contact dengan kawan lama. Right? Dapat experience baru, kerja baru, gaji yang lagi tinggi. Okay, terima kasih. Makanan tengah hari ada kat belakang. Silakan.